regards to spirituality, an important question that crosses the mind of many individuals is, do we need God? Now, all of you will have your own answers to this question. One thing that is evident, however, is that when we look around in the world, we see a growing trend towards this belief. The youth of today, deserted from their cultural heritage, can be heard casually conferring that if God does exist, of what relevance is that to us? And if he doesn't exist, then what difference does it make? Whatever your belief system, this question is an age-old one and not merely the product of a misguided generation. People in this day and age have an enormous list of needs. When we go to the mall, we are literally bombarded with advertisements from all sides telling us what we need. With so many needs, where is the room to need God? It is difficult to imagine in such a world how little we actually need to lead a content life. Instead, we blindly run in the same direction as everyone else, never pausing to consider where we will end up. So, where does God figure on your list? The stark reality for the majority of people is that because they do not know who God is, who they are, and what the purpose of this life is, they are living a mechanical existence. Eating, drinking, sleeping, and mating. Why did we come into this world? And where do we go from here? Such questions related to the very essence of our being are covered by a thick shroud of material wants and desires. Reconciling this eternal riddle, my Gurudev, Jagat Guru Tam Shri Kripaluji Maharaj, explains that it is only divine science that can answer these questions. The Vedas tell us that the energy that propels this world and other planets within infinite universes resides within us. Ya Atmani Tishtati. It makes our heart beat and our lungs fill with air. This all-pervading energy is God. We also learn that our incessant search for happiness through material objects and beings in this world, as described by Supreme Brahma Shri Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, Nahi kashchit kshanamapi jatu tishthatya karma krit, is actually a misguided search for God, who is the embodiment of perfect happiness. Raso vai saha rasagvam yevayam labdhvanandi bhavati. We are told that this search is natural or inborn to every living being, because we are an eternal divine entity. Chinmatram Shri Hareransham Sukshmam Aksharam Avyayam Krishnadhinamite Prahur Jivam Jnana Gunashrayam. So we are told that this search is natural or inborn to every living being because we are an eternal divine entity, a part of the supreme entity known as God. Not practically applying such knowledge, people remain steeped in the world and identify themselves as a material body. And yet, at a funeral, every one of us can be heard saying that so-and-so has left this world. So-and-so has left his body. Due to God's grace, we all possess the spark of this truth, but choose to suppress it or ignore it. So, now we circle back to the same question. Do we need God? The answer is an emphatic yes. To conclude, in brief, every soul is a part of the Supreme Soul known as God. Every part naturally seeks union with its whole. Being a part of God, who is bliss personified, we naturally search for happiness through our every endeavor at every moment. Our need of God is actually the rudimentary truth of our very existence.
Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe.